Does a perfect crime committed by a genius really exist? If you woke up naked in bed and found a strange man lying beside you, what would you do? You believed you were only 20 years old, but then discovered in the mirror a 40-year-old face, worn down by life. Even more chilling, the strange man on the bed gently told you,
"I'm your husband, Ben."
The photo on the wall and the wedding ring on your hand both proved that the man was not lying, yet you had absolutely no memory of him. At that moment, would you believe the truth right in front of you? Next, I will spend the next 10 years explaining every mind-bending suspense film in the world for all of you. Today, I'm going to introduce the film before I go to sleep. The plot is tight, the twists are endless, and the mystery keeps escalating. If you don't watch until the very last second, you will never guess who is behind this maze of memories. The story begins as Christine suddenly opens her eyes, her mind completely blank. The breathing beside her fills her with instinctive disgust, and she quietly slips out of bed, thinking she must be in some unknown hotel. Probably after blacking out from drinking the night before and ending up in a one-night encounter, she tiptoes into the bathroom, hoping to find some clothes and make her escape. But the moment she looks up, she is frozen in shock. The wall is covered with photos, and in every single one, she is standing beside the strange man from the bed. In the photos, she smiles softly, her eyes full of trust and dependence. Before Christine can figure out what is going on, the strange man is already awake.
"I'm your husband, Ben."
What?
We got married in 1999. It's 14 years ago. Christine, you're 40. You had an accident. It was a bad accident. You had head injuries. And you have problems remembering things.
What things? What?
Everything. You store up information for a day. When you wake up in the morning, it's all gone. You're back to your early 20s.
Christine stares at Ben, trying to find even the slightest sense of familiarity in his face, but her mind is completely empty. Ben then takes out a photo album filled with pictures of him and Christine from college all the way to their marriage, but Christine still cannot remember a thing. Notice this detail above.
Where you'll find it: aspirin, first aid, sanitary towels, toiletries, a couple of things you're allergic to.
What kind of household would write the location of the first aid kit as the second item on an everyday memo? It hints that getting hurt is a regular part of life in this home, but at this moment, Christine is completely taken in by the affection this man is showing her.
Today's our anniversary. Taking you away. Tonight, after work.
After Ben leaves, Christine begins looking around the house, trying to recover fragments of her past. The house looks warm and tidy, yet it is so spotless that it feels lifeless. No sign of friends ever visiting, no sound of children, not even a single extra item lying around. Just as Christine is staring into the mirror, trying to touch the strange bruise on her face, the phone suddenly rings. That phone call tears open a crack in Christine's memory.
Christine,
Yes?
it's Dr. Nash.
Dr. Mike Nash tells Christine that they have been carrying out memory treatment behind Ben's back. If Christine does not believe him, she can open the shoebox hidden in the very back of the closet. This instinct to hide something shows that deep down, Christine's subconscious does not trust this home at all. Inside the shoebox is a camera, and when she presses play, the screen shows Christine's own exhausted face. In the video, she looks terrified, her voice trembling, as if something awful is closing in behind her.
My name is Christine Lucas. I'm 40 years old and I'm an amnesiac. Oh shit. He's coming.
The video cuts off abruptly. Who is the he Christine is talking about? If it is her loving husband, then why would she use the word terrible? Why would she guard herself against him as if protecting herself from danger? In order to recover her memory, Christine agrees to meet Dr. Mike Nash. The doctor tells Christine that half a year ago, they happened to meet in a park, and he offered to treat her for free because her case was extremely valuable for the study of amnesia. Since her husband Ben did not agree, the two of them kept the treatment hidden from him the entire time. Then the doctor drops a shocking bombshell. The reason Christine lost her memory is because she was attacked.
Continuity, Lecoq.
Who tried to kill me?
No one knows.
What?
No one but you.
It turns out that 10 years ago, when Christine was found near the airport, she was covered in blood, and her head had suffered multiple heavy blows. This was not an accident, but an attempted killing. Christine's entire world collapses. If Ben truly loves her, why would he lie about something this important? The doctor hands her the briefing and medical report from that year, and the photos on them are deeply disturbing. There is also a hidden detail here. The medical report shows that Christine had been intimate with someone before the attack, but no semen was recovered from the scene, and there were dozens of hotels near the airport, which means Christine had most likely gone there to meet a lover, and it also suggests that the attacker may have been someone very close to her. The doctor takes Christine to the industrial area where it happened, and as she listens to the witness description, she tries desperately to remember, but all that appears in her mind are broken flashes, a dim hallway, flickering lights, and a hand grabbing his ankle. Other than that, no matter how hard Christine tries, she cannot remember anything else. After returning home, she records everything that happened today. That night, just as Christine is about to take a shower, her husband Ben walks over. He leans in and kisses Christine, and at first she resists a little, but slowly she begins to respond to him. In the middle of that intimate moment, a sudden image flashes through Christine's mind. The man entangled with her has a clearly visible scar on the right side of his face. At that moment, the suspense reaches its peak. Who is the scar-faced man in that memory? Is he the lover she betrayed her marriage with? Or the man who attacked her? And is the man standing in front of her now, the one with no scar, really her husband? To find out who that scarred man is, Dr. Mike Nash gives Christine a rapid flash subconscious test. Countless photos flicker wildly across the screen, and then suddenly, Christine's brainwaves spike sharply. It is a photo of a red-haired woman, and on the back of the picture is written one name, Claire. At the dinner table, Christine cautiously starts asking questions.
Did I have a friend
Of course, you had a lot. You were very popular.
with red hair
Not that I recall.
called Claire?
Claire. It doesn't ring a bell, why?
Christine becomes convinced that Claire must be a real person, and under her growing pressure, Ben suddenly changes his story.
Well, there might have been a Claire. A friend from college.
Then Ben told Christine that after Christine lost her memory, Claire moved to Canada, and they never had any contact again. Right after that, Ben suddenly explodes in anger without any warning. In the next original line of dialogue, he shouts out a speech that is unbelievably hypocritical, yet unbearably oppressive.
This isn't just about you. Sometimes this is a question of what I can handle, and I can't always handle everything.
That line is absolutely vicious. In psychology, this is called victim playing by the aggressor, using moral pressure to make Christine feel deeply guilty. Look at how hard I worked to take care of you, and yet you are still making trouble for no reason. Christine is terrified. She hides in the bathroom and records another video for herself with the camera.
He says he's protecting you, but you don't trust him. Don't trust Ben.
To make sure she will not forget all of this when she wakes up tomorrow, Christine firmly sticks Claire's photo onto the wall. But the next morning, when Christine is once again awakened by the doctor's phone call and opens the video diary, she freezes. The video clearly shows the photo stuck on the wall, but now the wall is completely empty, and the picture has vanished without a trace. This detail is absolutely chilling. It means that inside this house, there is a pair of eyes watching her every move in the dead of night. Her memory resets every single day, while Ben trims away pieces of her life every day as if he were pruning a bonsai tree. Christine frantically searches through the house, and finally, inside a locked drawer, she finds the old photos Ben had hidden away. The moment her fingertips touch the photo, a sealed memory rushes back into her mind like a flood. It is the younger Christine, bent over a toilet, throwing up violently. Claire walks in and asks her what is wrong, and Christine lifts her head, her eyes glowing with emotion.
I'm pregnant.
This memory explodes like a thunderclap. Christine tremblingly lifts her nightgown, and there on her lower abdomen are several stretch marks. Memories can be deceived, and photos can be hidden, but the body never lies. She was not only married, she had also given birth to a child. But there is no crib in this house, no toys, not even a single photo of the three of them together. Her child has been completely erased. When Ben comes back, Christine rushes out into the pouring rain and hysterically demands answers.
Why are you hiding him from me? Where is my son?
At this moment, Ben's performance is absolutely masterful. He does not panic, but instead reveals a kind of unbearable pain, like an old wound has just been torn open.
He died. We have a son, but he's dead. He died.
He pulls Christine tightly into his arms, his voice choking with emotion. Ben says that their son Adam died of meningitis at the age of 8, because Christine forgets everything every time she wakes up. If they kept the photos in the house, she would have to relive the pain of losing her son every single day.
Adam died about 3 weeks before his 9th birthday.
This explanation sounds flawless. Christine watches Ben take out a photo of their son Adam at 3 months old from a locked case, and as she sees Ben's lonely and defensive posture, her last psychological defense completely collapses. She feels like an unforgivable sinner for doubting a devoted husband who has been carrying the pain of losing a child alone, while also facing his amnesiac wife every single day. She even says this to Dr. Mike Nash.
Maybe Ben's right. Maybe it's better I don't know. Should I tell Ben?
But fate refuses to let this lie continue. In her dream, Christine sees her son drawing, and on the paper, a name is written in clumsy letters. The next day, Christine tells Dr. Mike Nash that name, but at that exact moment, she accidentally catches sight of the name tag on the doctor's chest.
Christine, I'm sorry.
This doctor is Mike. Terrified, Christine shoves open the car door and runs for her life. Could all of this be a trap set by the doctor? Is he the one who attacked her back then, and now pretending to treat her in order to control her again? The doctor opens the trunk, calmly takes out a syringe of sedative, and chases after her. When Christine wakes up at home again, the doctor calls her. It turns out to be a misunderstanding, and the doctor explains that this is called confabulation, because Christine's brain is so desperate to identify her attacker that it projected the image of the culprit onto the doctor in front of her. But the doctor brings truly devastating news. Because of Christine's vulnerability, he developed feelings he never should have had for her, and a case of countertransference has occurred in psychological terms. Out of professional ethics, he must stop the treatment, but before leaving, he drops one final bombshell.
She became extremely confused. Ben divorced you 4 years ago.
Christine is completely stunned. Following the number the doctor left behind, Christine finally meets the vanished red-haired woman, Claire, at the Greenwich Observatory. The two women hold each other tightly. Claire never went to Canada, and the truth is torn open from her lips in the most brutal way. Back then, because of postpartum depression and work pressure, Christine betrayed her marriage, and she began an affair with a mysterious man. And after she was attacked and lost her memory, Ben took on the burden of caring for both her and their son all by himself. The crushing pressure of life left him barely able to breathe, and during those darkest days, Claire came as a close friend to help take care of the child. But in a moment of weakness, the two of them ended up in bed together. Out of guilt, Claire chose to disappear, and Ben, the most devoted man in the world, in order to give his son Adam a normal childhood, painfully sent Christine to a psychiatric hospital. And 4 years ago, he chose to divorce her. Claire hands Christine a letter that Ben wrote back then, and every line in that letter feels soaked in pain.
I love you so much, Chris. I love you more than I love anything or anyone in this world. But our son is only 8 years old. He's desperately unhappy, Chris. And I just can't put him through that kind of trauma again. I want you both to be happy, even if you can only find that happiness without us. Forgive me, Ben.
By the time Christine finishes reading the letter, tears are already streaming down her face. So it turns out that she was the one who betrayed him. While Ben had spent his whole life loving her, she records one final, deeply emotional confession to the camera.
Can you forgive me? You're my lover. You're my protector. And my life is nothing without you.
That night, after Ben came home from work, Christine decided to confess everything. She said that she had remembered Claire, remembered the divorce, and had also been secretly receiving treatment.
Ben, you're so good to me. I love you. I love you so.
Then a loud slap landed hard across Christine's face. That is not the reaction a loving ex-husband should have at all. Christine is stunned by the blow, and she hides in the bathroom to call Claire for help. A few minutes later, Claire calls back, and the voice on the other end is shaking in a way that makes it hard to breathe.
He says he's been living alone, Chris.
What?
Ben says he hasn't seen you for 4 years. Christine, describe Ben to me.
What?
Describe Ben to me. What does he look like? Is he tall?
Yes.
Black hair?
No. He has brown hair.
Does he have a scar?
A scar.
Yeah, he He had a skiing accident. He should have a scar across the right side of his face.
At that moment, all the clues come together like a thunderclap. The man with the scar on his face is the real Ben, so who is the brown-haired man in the living room now, the one with the smooth, flawless face? Trembling, Christine walks into the bathroom and stares at the wall of photos. She leans in closer and closer, runs her fingernail across the middle of one photo, and discovers that the pictures have been pieced together. Every single one of those so-called loving couple photos has been crudely edited. This man pasted his own face onto the real husband's body in those photos. The man who slept beside her every night, gently woke her up every morning, and made breakfast for her was never Ben at all. He was that lover, the man who nearly beat her to death in the industrial district 10 years ago, Mike. The overwhelming fear nearly suffocates Christine. She tries to run, but Mike covers her mouth and nose with a drugged cloth and drags her back into the darkness. The familiar opening plays out once again, with only one difference. Mike has already deleted every video in the camera that could expose the truth, leaving only the recording of Christine's confession. All smiles, he takes Christine to a hotel, saying they are there to celebrate an anniversary. It is a hotel near the airport, and the moment she steps into that dim hallway, Christine's trauma response instantly erupts. It feels as if the terror from 10 years ago is still hanging in the air. Back then, it was in this very room that she told Mike she wanted to return to her family and end the affair, and in a fit of rage, Mike brutally attacked her, then stripped off her clothes and left her out in the wilderness. And 4 years ago, this completely unhinged monster even forged documents and took her out of the psychiatric hospital while she was still suffering from memory loss. Mike's confession is even more chilling.
You honestly think I'd have got away with this if anyone else gave a shit about you, Christine? The point was to care for you, was to look after you, was to love you. And the lie just got bigger and bigger.
Mike is not loving her. He is enjoying the thrill of playing God. He stole Christine's life and turned her into a private doll who wakes up every day with no choice but to depend on him. Mike blocks the door tightly, and his eyes are filled with twisted madness.
None. Nothing to live for except for you. No, we live together or we don't live at all.
Under that absolute physical control, Christine has nowhere to run, but Mike miscalculates one thing, and in his arrogance, he shouts one sentence.
He's forgotten you. Adam's forgotten you.
Adam did not die of meningitis. Her son is still alive. At that moment, a mother's instinct breaks through the prison of memory loss. How much strength can a mother unleash just to stay alive long enough to see her son again? Christine reaches behind her and feels a shard of broken glass, then without hesitation drives it into Mike's arm. The moment Mike cries out in pain and collapses, she grabs the iron beside her and brings it down hard on the head of the monster who imprisoned her for 4 years and ruined half her life. She shatters Mike's disguise, and she shatters this hellish prison with it. The sound of sirens cuts through the sky. Sitting in the ambulance, Christine is covered in blood, but her eyes have never looked clearer. Facing the camera, she records the most important video diary of her life.
My name is Christine because I'm 40 years old and I'm an amnesiac. Tonight, as I sleep, my mind will erase everything that I know, everything that I did today.
And I will wake up tomorrow like I did this morning, thinking that I have my whole life ahead of me. When the truth is, I will never let anyone take my life from me again. And I will not wake up tomorrow thinking that my son is dead. I will not.
Sunlight pours into the hospital room, and it is a brand new day. Her memory has still been erased, but standing at the door of the room is a man with a scar on the right side of his face. With red eyes, he softly says,
It's Ben. If I'd have known you were in any kind of danger, I'd never have stayed away.
Then a tall, handsome boy walks in, and his features look exactly like the child from Christine's dreams.
I'm Adam.
The moment their eyes meet, Christine's eyes turn red with tears. Even though her mind has been wiped clean of everything about him, the bond of blood makes her soul recognize her child in an instant. Before I Go to Sleep is not just a suspense film, but also a psychological horror story with powerful real-world meaning. It deeply reveals how terrifying manipulation can be. The abuser cuts you off from your social circle, rewrites your understanding of reality, makes you feel guilty, and in the end turns you into someone who can only depend on them. In real life, we may not suffer from amnesia that resets every day, but if there is someone around you who always claims to be protecting you while constantly taking away your right to know, making you doubt yourself more and more, and leaving you increasingly isolated and helpless, then remember Christine's desperate fight back. Never hand over the right to define your own life. Even if memories can be tampered with, Your longing for freedom and your instinct for real love can never be erased. That is all for today's recap, and I look forward to bringing you more suspenseful and mind-bending films with endings you will never see coming.